for Mask Monday. This one's called Glow. I think it's a two-piece one. I don't know what the brand is, unless that is the brand. I don't know. We'll see. I started to film this with my pajama top on too, and I'm like, still have my pajama bottoms on. You can see it a little bit. I was hoping you couldn't, but I was too lazy to put the rest of my clothes on. But I couldn't really let my girls be out in all their glory, you know, in my pajama top. So I'm gonna put the top half on at least. So somebody, and I wish I could remember who, I feel bad for not remembering who, somebody started a new list going around for fall tag questions. So as soon as I get this on, this one's really goopy. Well, they're all really goopy, but okay, here's the top half. Oh, cold, 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 as usual. Oof. You just zap these a little bit in the microwave or something. Can't get this one unstuck. I know it's folded one more time. There we go. Two more times. Okay, I was wrong. Oops. Alright, it's 8:52. Oh man, I can't leave this on real long because I gotta get ready, get dressed, and get out of here. I gotta be somewhere at 10, and we live a half an hour from everywhere. So this isn't gonna stay on. It says 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm like, there's no way I'm leaving this on 30 minutes. I got stuff to do. I don't have one of those roller things. I don't know what they do other than make it stick to your face better. Are they supposed to do roll out your wrinkles or something? I don't know what's the purpose of those roller things I see somebody with. This one's in my eyes. I don't know if the holes aren't big enough or what's the deal, but I feel like I can't see. Oops. Bottom didn't stay on. Get back on there, you. Okay, well, that's as good as it's gonna get, I think. Alrighty, I've got fall question tag. Oh, this one, I don't like this one at all. The holes are weird or something, and it's getting in my eye. Favorite fall scent? Well, if you're thinking like food scents, probably cinnamon, but I love the smell of like burning wood. If you have a fire going or you're burning leaves or whatever, I love that scent. Best way to spend a rainy day? Well, it's raining today and I'm running around, but normally I don't like to go out on rainy days. We don't use our fireplace much. I wish we did more, but you know, curled up in front of a fireplace with a good book is a great way to spend a rainy day. Favorite fall drink? Like apple cider. That's kind of a fall drink. Not the hard cider, but just, you know, kind of the cinnamony cider. I drink tea all year round, so to me that's not a fall drink. To some people maybe it is. Football, yay or nay? I can take it or leave it. I'll watch A&M games because my granddaughter goes to A&M, Texas A&M, and I'll occasionally watch a pro ball game, but they've turned me off with their kneeling for the national anthem and stuff like that. So I don't watch professional football anymore, and I don't think hardly, people are leaving in droves because of their, we want your football to be a game. You don't want it to be a political statement. I don't know what is up with this one, but it doesn't fit my face right. So if I was going to buy another one, I wouldn't buy this one because it won't stay on. I just dropped my iPad too, and the holes aren't big enough. Oh, come on, stay on. There we go. I can't talk without this falling off. Favorite article of fall clothing. Oh, I love as Fawn would say, a jumper, which is I love a cozy, soft sweater. I used to be a sweats person. I'd wear sweatshirts and sweatpants and all that, and I just was too sloppy all the time, so I quit doing that. When I started doing Stitch Fix, I slowly came out of my, I don't know, funk I was in or whatever, where I wasn't wearing makeup and I wasn't dressing decent, so I don't want to go back to that. So I don't wear sweatshirts very much. Once in a while I will, to like my grandson's football game. I'll wear one of his school's sweatshirts, to support him, but I'd rather wear a nice cozy sweater than a sweatshirt. Let's see. Haunted house or haunted hayride? I don't like either one. The hay's itchy, and I don't like haunted houses. I don't like horror movies. I don't like any of that kind of stuff, so I wouldn't do either one. Scariest movie. I just said I don't like horror movies, but I do occasionally like a, what would you call them? They're not horror, they're more, there's a category for them, but I can't think of what it is. They're not adventure, they're, well, I'll give an example, but I can't think of what the category for it is. It'll come to me later, of course. There's this movie I watched called, Suspense, that's the one I was thinking of. What was it called? I can't remember, it was like Hospital or something like that. And it was this nurse was working at the hospital, and she gets a call from her house, and it's like, I'm in your house, and she goes home, and she's like, doesn't have a gun or anything. This is back in the days before everybody had guns in their house. And she's carrying around this big knife, and she opens the door, and there's her daughter's laying safe, asleep, and then she opens another door, and there's the babysitter asleep fine, and she goes all over the house and doesn't see anything. So she's like, whew, and then something's coming, but you just don't know what it's going to be. And then she lays the knife down, and this hand comes up out from under the table she laid the knife on and grabs the knife, and you're like, and you jump, but she gets away, of course, in the end, and saves her daughter and the babysitter and all that. But that's more, those I'll watch occasionally, but I won't watch gory, hack 'em up, bloody, scary stuff. I don't like that at all. Let's see, number 8, favorite Halloween candy. I know this is controversial, but I actually like candy corn. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, candy corn, that's terrible, but I kind of like candy corn. I like caramels, whichever way you say it. Those are both kind of Halloween, but my favorite all-time candy are Cadbury cream eggs that you get at Christmas, and they've started coming out with, but I can't find them this year. It's called a Cadbury Scream Egg, and it's like not Christmas, Easter pack. Cadbury cream eggs come out at Easter. They're like a thick chocolate with a little bit of white creamy in the middle. They're really yummy, and now they came out with a Halloween version that's, I think it's orange in the middle, but not orange tasting, just orange colored. But I've been looking for them because I'm not going to eat too many of them, but I want one, and haven't been able to find them this year. They had them initially because I sent a couple out to a friend, but I haven't found them since. So I'll keep looking because they've got to be here somewhere. What will you or your kids be doing this year? Well, all my kids are of course grown, and my grandkids are teenagers. So, and we live out in the country. I had to stop for a minute. My alarm rang and I had to turn it off. I want to make sure I got it in time to get going, because I got to get going and get dressed in about 10-15 minutes. Let's see, what will your kids be doing this year? Oh, that's where I was at. So, teenagers, they don't go trick-or-treating, and nobody's really having parties or anything right now with COVID. I don't know if anybody's really even going trick-or-treating this year, I doubt it. But nobody would come. I mean, we live on a street where everybody's got gates, because we all have, large property, so everybody's got gated houses, and it's a walk probably about a little less than a quarter of a mile from the street to the house, so it's not conducive to trick-or-treating. So when the kids did go, when they were younger, we used to go to this other church, not the one we go to now. This was years ago when they were younger, and they would have an alternate to Halloween, and they'd have a bunch of different booths at the church with, throw darts, or go fishing and you win a prize, or cakewalk, and all those old-fashioned games. And they would buy a bounce house, or just different stuff like that for the kids to do instead of going out trick-or-treating. So we used to do that every year, and I'd go get us Sonic. I don't know if you have Sonic's where you live, but Sonic's drive-in food place, and they have on Halloween they have 50-cent corn dogs. So I'd go get us a big old pile of corn dogs to eat while we were walking around doing all the little fun stuff for the kids. Let's see. Oh yeah, what they're doing this year, I got off track. It's homecoming week at my grandson's school, and he's going to the homecoming dance. He's going out to dinner with a bunch of friends, and they're going to go to the homecoming dance. So that's what's happening Halloween at our house. Not sure what my granddaughter's going to do. She's home for the week. She got a little homesick, and she's doing virtual learning for the most part. She's got a couple online classes, but she can't, not online, in-person classes, but she can do them virtually. So she came home just for the week because she wanted to go to the homecoming game and all that. And so she figured she just might as well come home the whole week. Anyway, that's what's happening at our house. Nothing really. I didn't buy, I got from Amber sent them to me, those caramel apple sheets I was talking about, that you just kind of wrap around an apple and bake them a little bit, or stick them in the microwave or whatever, and the caramel melts onto the apple. So we'll probably make some of those this week sometime. Favorite fall recipe? We make from scratch, totally from scratch. We use the pumpkins, and you don't use carving pumpkins. You buy these little pie pumpkins, and we bake them, and run the flash through the food processor and make our own pumpkin puree and make our from scratch pumpkin pies. We make those for Thanksgiving every year. So those are always yummy. Yeah, usually we have a big Thanksgiving here at the house, but my daughter-in-law's dad and stepmom usually are out of town, and this year they're going to be in town, so they're going to have Thanksgiving together. So I'm going to see if I can go out to my other sons. So we'll see what I'm going to be doing. I'm not 100% sure, but I try not to be there. Because they just, since they don't get to see the kids that much, they want alone time with them, and I get that because I'm that way too. When I go see my other grandkids, I don't get to see them very often, so I want kind of some alone time without the other grandparents around. So I get it. So I try and make myself scarce when they're here. So anyway, got off on another tangent, but hey, I'm killing time anyway, so tangents are okay. Favorite fall recipe. What is the favorite thing you like about fall? It's not hot anymore. It gets really hot here in Texas. One year, it wasn't bad this summer, but I think we only had a few days over 100. But you know, if it's in Texas, if it's 90, you're like, ooh, it's cool today. Because one year a few years back, we had, I think it was 47 straight days over 100. Ugh, that was brutal. You pretty much just go from your air-conditioned house to your air-conditioned car to your air-conditioned store or whatever. You don't go out hardly at all because it's just so hot. Who would I like to tag? Anybody that wants to do this, I'll put the questions below when I get a chance. So just go ahead and go for it. I wish I could remember who started this and give them credit, but I can't remember who it was. Might have been Debbie Unleashed, but I don't think so. No, I don't think it was her. I don't remember who it was. But I apologize for stealing your list without giving you credit, but I can't remember who it was. So if you want to do this, go for it. And I'm probably in the next week or so, after it gets to be November, I'll make a Thanksgiving this or that. This lights situation in my room, it keeps blinking on and off and stuff. My son took out one bulb, and now the last remaining bulb's starting to act up. So I'm gonna go Christmas tree ornament shopping for that tree we're doing for charity this morning. And I'll come back and there's like I went out in the laundry room and there were two big huge mounded baskets of clothes from my grandson that need washed. In the summertime I make them wash their own clothes, but the school they go to has so much work that they have to do, plus he's football practice and stuff. He just doesn't have time to do it. So I don't mind doing it during the school year. I mean, they can do it over summer break, but when it's school I don't mind doing the laundry. But boy, there's a lot of it because he collects it and then doesn't bring it down to the laundry room. I wish we had a laundry chute that'd make it easier. Anyway, he doesn't bring it down, and then all of a sudden there's this huge amount and it's like 10 loads instead of doing like 3 loads in a week or whatever. And all of a sudden I've got like, looking at what's there, just his stuff, there's at least 2 darks, 2 lights, and a white. So that's 5 loads. I want a load of towels. So that's 6 loads with just his stuff. That doesn't even count anybody else in the house. But what else can we talk about? I still have 5 more minutes. I'm going to try and do the 15 minutes or 20 minutes, but I can't do more than that because I got to get some makeup on and get some more clothes on and get out of here. So I put up if you haven't watched it yet, I got my free stuff from BB Crafts, and I'm going to do they're like die cuts and stamp sets. So I'm going to make some cards, and I put up a video for that. If you don't know what that is, it's a online craft store, and if you have over 100 subscribers, you can do this little thing they've got going, a YouTube thing, where if you have over 100 subscribers you can apply, and what they want you to do is you tell them, you apply for it and they approve you, and then you put $40 worth of stuff in a cart, and then you email them and say, okay, it's in the cart, and they just send it to you for free. And that's all you have to do is you have to make the first video, which I did, showing what you got and linking it and all that, and then you make 2 more videos using what you got. So if you're particularly jewelry maker, there's tons of jewelry making stuff, but there's card making stuff, there's just different stuff on there, so go give them a try. And I don't know what else I have going on. I got this in my inspo box. That's a new box I'm trying. It's $29.99 and it's kind of like Luxury Diva. It's a lifestyle box, so I got a little bit of everything in it, so you can go back and watch that video too. I don't know what's coming up this week. Friday for sure, I've been tallying up if you didn't watch my Friday video, I stole this idea from Fawn. I think it's a great idea. I have all this winter stuff. Well, I have a closet full of stuff, but winter stuff's particularly I'm looking at. Winter tops mainly, maybe some dresses. So I'm trying on 5 of them and having you tell me yay or nay, because sometimes you don't know. You either think something looks good on you and it doesn't, or you think something looks bad on you and it looks good. So I'm trying on these things and having y'all vote. So I've got a little notebook and I've been tallying the yeses and the nos, and then I'll tell you what the general consensus was on the 5 blouses, and then I'll do 5 more, and we'll just keep doing that every Friday. So that's for sure. On Fridays I'll do that, and on Mondays I'll do this, and then in between, depends on what shows up on my doorstep. Oh, I'm tired. Didn't get to sleep good last night, and then the stupid dogs woke me up early this morning. Plus I wanted to get up and see what they were doing for at homecoming week. They wear a different category each day. Like today was pajama day. I wanted to see what they were wearing, but they both wimped out and just wore, like my grandson wore sweats. So I'm like, that's not pajamas. And then there's a Disney day and a cuss color day and a school color day, and there's a 5th one that I can't remember what it is. So I like to get up and see what they're wearing each day for the different categories. Oh, sorry for yawning at you. Well, it's been almost 20 minutes, and this just, I don't know, this thing just didn't want to stay on. I might as well just let it do what it wants and take it off. I wiped it off last time, but I guess you're supposed to rub it in more. Rub some on my neck. Okay, am I glowing? Well, it's shiny. I put my hair in a ponytail, but it's not staying up. I just wanted to get it out of my face, but it's back in my face anyway. These are my bangs that I used to have. This is how much they've grown since the pandemic. I went to wipe my hands off and I picked up the wrong thing and wiped them off with the mask. That was defeating the whole purpose. Well, I hope you all have a good week. And if you like unboxings, I do unboxings. If you're new here, I do Mask Mondays. I'm going to do the clothing voting thingy, Friday 5, I think it's called, on Fridays. And then I do unboxings in between. I have clothing boxes, lifestyle boxes. I do quizzes like this one I just did. So if that's the kind of content that you like, please subscribe and hit the bell and come back and join our happy little family.